In today's video, I am going to be breaking down LeBron James and what he is doing at the age of 38 to be able to still be one of the top players in the NBA. Whether you are a LeBron hater or somebody who likes him, this video is going to be able to help you become a very good player, but also have a long basketball career. So let's get down. Let's check this out really quickly. Make sure to go check out the hardest basketball shooting workout down in the description below. Okay, so in this first play, he's coming off of a screen. He does something right here that's very impressive. And this is something that you can add to your game as well. So first off, his man goes over top of the screen, which means that LeBron needs to attack that rim early and fast. Because by this man going over top of the screen, he is getting in jail behind LeBron James's back. So LeBron James attacks the basket, but really quickly right here, you can almost miss it when it's going at full speed. At slow speed, you can see the quick hop. This is a hesitation that gets the defender down onto their heels. This allows him to play bully ball between three players, and then he's able to score. Also, really quickly, being able to attack three players and still finishing requires a lot of hip strength, lower back, upper back, as well as shoulder strength as well. So those are the muscle groups that you would want to make sure you work out to get through those defenders. Now, something he does right here is actually key if you want to be able to score a lot on the fast break. So as soon as he has multiple players down here, he has four players who are there to get the rebound, versus basically zero on the other team. If you are at the point on defense and you are able to see that you've got enough guys down here to get the rebound, leak out early and quick. Now he's able to leak out early, but his guard here is much faster than him, and he was able to get down court much faster than LeBron. But LeBron doesn't just attack the rim and try to clog up space because there's a defender here. He wants to, and he understands that he's not going to be the fastest here. So he allows the guard to attack, draws that defender in, which then allows LeBron James to be wide open for that alley-oop. He missed here initially, but he was able to get his rebound. Now, LeBron James does something here because of the defender that you can do as well. Now, what he does really quickly is they're running essentially a 4-out style offense. They've got one man in the high post. They've got three guys on the wing or the corners, and then they have LeBron James up top. And this guy acts like he's setting a screen. The defender is not reading LeBron as a shooter, and he was actually trying to go underneath that screen, even though that screen was very deep. Anytime a defender is giving you space or going underneath a screen, you need to pop for the three-point shot, whether you are a high percentage three-point shooter or not. The reason being is now with this man going down so deep, he's now also defending that high post. So if you're running like a 4-out pass and cut, and this defender sags off so that you can't get that pass to the high post, if you're not a shooter, this guy will never come out and guard you, which means that your play is now blowing up. By shooting the three, whether you make it or not, it's now making this man second guess his decision to jam the high post, and will get him to guard you next possession or maybe a few possessions down the road. Now, here we see LeBron James using the screen, and then he does a behind-the-back pass right there. Now, I know there's a ton of coaches who will say, never do a behind-the-back pass. And I know this because the players that I coach now have told me that they were told in the past to never do a behind-the-back pass. And while this is a low percentage pass as a youth or as a kid, this is actually a very handy pass to get the pass through to your teammates. Because now, if LeBron James was to pick up the ball right here, look at who's in his way. He is in the way. He would be able to then try to intercept that pass if LeBron James was able to do it or try to do a chest pass. If LeBron James picked up the ball, that would give time for one of these two defenders to come out and play defense. If it was this man, then he would cover down here. Either way, if it was him, he'd be able to recover faster. By doing a behind-the-back pass here, it's a much quicker option to get that three-point shot, but also that pass was a lot easier to get through because it was behind his back versus picking it up and trying to push the ball through a defender. You can really see it here where that man was right on his hip without going behind his back. That would have been intercepted. Now here when LeBron James is attacking, now this guy is not in position to guard LeBron whatsoever in this fast break, but what LeBron James does right here, he brings that ball up to his chest. Now I always try to tell players bring it up towards your face, but if you're the strength and size of LeBron, on. Like, it doesn't really necessarily matter as long as you don't have it down near your waist. The reason being at your waist is because now it's harder for referees to see the contact points. And now if you can finish high, you're going to be able to get that foul call as we see here. Keeping that ball high is going to be allowing you to allow the ref to see the fouls. Now here when LeBron James is attacking, watch his off arm. He's using his elbow to get that man behind him so that he can have that open lane to the basket. Being physical as the offensive player is going to allow you to create lanes and will allow you to get to the basket much easier, and of course here slam it down. But one thing I also want to point out too is watch his feet. Now this is something that David does quite a bit, a player who I train and coach. Watch how long these last steps are. Those are massive, massive steps. And by taking long steps, especially when you're attacking the rim, can allow you to get past your defender much easier and can mess up their timing, because long steps versus small steps, if you started with small steps and then ended up with big steps, it's going to mess up the defender's timing to block your shot, and they're not going to be able to. And also this shot right here, he's kind of added this to his game over the last couple of years, but why is this such a good shot? I know there's so many old school coaches who will say, he's shooting off one leg, it's like a layup, he's just chucking it. Well, it's actually a good shot because he's going towards this left side. That's number one. The shot's going to be much easier for him. Number two is he gets that right leg up, which allows him to get his shoulder and elbow in line with the rim, and this is actually a high percentage shot for most players who are right-handed if they're going towards the left side. He also gets the ball up nice and high and gets a nice soft release, and I would actually tell LeBron James to do that a lot more often and potentially build out to the three-point line maybe in a couple of years when he gets even older so that he can get even more points, and there's a lot less contact out in the three-point line than there is in the mid-range, and he's getting older, and to save him some body issues with injuries. I hope that this video has helped you become a better player. If it has, hit that like button, subscribe. Make sure to go check out the hardest basketball shooting workout down in the description below, and I'll see you guys again next time.